Hobart is one of my very best friends, man.
Okay.
Out of
Yeah,
North.
man. We met him. I think my daughter she almost got the 7U record that Layla had. And he reached out to me when she was 8. He was like, man, we love what y'all doing. He was real encouraging. You know, some people be, they be hating or they be sideways. But he was like, man, keep grinding, keep going out there, try to break every record you can get. You know what I'm saying? But
Man,
we
in
talk
class.
almost daily. Huh?
Jones put the C in class, man. Really.
Yeah. Nah, he does. He really does. He really does. And that's what we love about the community, man. There's so many good families out there in the field event space that is so encouraging, that they encourage these kids. Like, you want to see the kids go out and do good things. You want to see them be good people. You want to see them grow up and be successful outside of track, on the track, in the circle as well, but even outside of that space.
Right. Thanks for the platform and the opportunity, man.
No worries, man. And thank you for you guys doing what you do. People like you, ladies like yourself, y'all the ones that make the platform what it is. When you go out there and you do exceptional things, it makes people pay attention to the platform even more, because you let them know that field events do matter.
All right. Usually
All
you're
right.
on with your daughter. You got a daughter that's a thrower. You guys are out of Miami, right?
Yeah, we out of Miami. Yeah, I was gonna tell you, we in the same boat almost. My son is a freshman, but he plays baseball, and he the one
Okay.
that he does like the graphics and the pictures. But yeah, my daughter, she's 11. She just started 6th grade, but yeah, she's a thrower.
Right. Right. Well,
All right, 1 second. Got to get this live. Okay, we are live. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So we are here with another installment of Field Events Matters Live with Alexa and Taylor Haynes with their father, Coach Marlon. So Alexa and Taylor, could you introduce yourself for the people who may not know who you are?
I'm Taylor. I'm 12. I just started seventh.
May not know who you are.
I started seventh grade like a couple of weeks ago, like about a month ago, and this is like my.
oh wow. Well, Taylor started off. So Taylor's been doing track since she was about 6 years old. But the first couple of years, we were middle distance runner, and she kind of grew out of it. But this is, I think, Taylor's 4th year as a thrower. Third or fourth season. I can't remember. I have to add it up. Yeah. I think
Okay.
one year, I think maybe it's her 4th year, but we didn't get to do much, I think, because of COVID, her first year doing it. Yeah.
I got you.
And I'm Alexa Haynes, but I go by Lexi, and I just turned 15, and I'm in 9th grade, and I throw shot put and discus, and I've been doing throws since I was like about 6 years old.
Okay, okay. So no middle distance for you. You jump straight into the throws?
Yeah, I used to do like soccer, and I used to do like the 200 meters and like sprints, but I kind of stopped doing that.
Okay. So do you ladies enjoy throwing a little bit more than the running part, or
Yeah,
some days you look over there and say, I want to go run the 800.
I like to run the 400. I
The
like
400?
I don't compete it though. Yeah, I
No.
like the 4x2 and the 200, but like, I don't really like running much, to be honest, anymore.
There's nothing wrong with that. But the good thing though is that a lot of people don't realize you need to run as a thrower. Some sprint work, a little bit of hill work, a little bit of stair work. So it's good that you guys have that background, because when it's time to do the running, when it's time to do those different exercises and drills, like, oh man, here we go. Your body is able to keep up with the pace and the things that you need to do. So how did you guys get into throwing, Dad? Were you a thrower?
Absolutely. I threw in high school. I was a reasonably accomplished thrower. I
Okay.
didn't begin it until I was a junior. And I think the first meet, as I recall, I think I threw right around 45 feet. And I didn't intend to throw. We had a home track meet and they needed somebody to do it. So I enjoyed it. And I would say within about a year of the first time I touched a shot put, I was already approaching mid 50s. And
Wow.
discus, I would say I remember hitting. At that time, we didn't have USATF. It was called TAC back in the 80s. I'm an old man.
Okay, so this was back in Tennessee.
This is in Tennessee. Yeah. Well, the region was our region was still a southern region. I guess it was Tennessee, Mississippi, I think Alabama, and Louisiana. So I remember hitting 141 feet in discus at our regional meet the summer before my senior year, and then the summer after my senior year, which I had already committed in this and accepted a football scholarship. I hit 161 feet in discus, but track was always my love. I would say even more than football once I got involved, but it's a similar environment now. I think you understand football kind of paid the bills, and I had some track offers, but they were nothing compared to football. Football was where the money was to go to school. So
I got you. You got to do what you got to do. So when did it come evident that your daughters had a talent in throwing? When did you discover that?
I'm gonna let Alexa answer that one. Let's. You remember the first time you ever picked up a shot put? Talk to me.
Well, the first time I ever picked it up, I think I was like 5, and my dad asked me, "Was it too heavy?" And I said, "Yeah." So we waited like a year, and I think when I was 6, I picked it up again. I think we went to go throw at the school I go to now, which is St. George's, and we threw there, and I think I threw reasonably well for my age, I guess. So I just started doing meets from there. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
did they start with the 4K, or did you start them off with the 4 pound?
that was the 4 pound. I want to clarify. That was the 4 pound shot. So that I used it as a paperweight for 1 full year. And when she turned 6, I actually picked the shot put up again. This time she says it was not hit. I said, all
Okay.
right, so let's go and see what you can do. Let's put some work in. And it's sort of an eye that I've kind of developed over the course of time. She threw the shot put, and the very first day she threw, there's a natural type of quickness that I look for. It's not so much about strength. There's a quick that I noticed that she had. It was a similar quickness that I had because it didn't take me long. I would say within about the first 2 or 3 weeks that I picked up the shot put, I was already competitive, on local and state level. And with the luck, it came pretty quickly.
How you doing? This is my
Hi,
wife, Kimberly.
guys.
This is Alexa Taylor and her father, Marlon.
Hi, Alexis, Taylor, and Merlin.
Alexa and Lexi. So yeah, Lexi, Taylor, and Marlon.
Lexi, Taylor, and Marlon. I'm sorry, I can't say I'm cooking because we don't normally cook beef, so I'm experimenting in the kitchen. So I apologize for coming in late. I don't know what they're gonna eat tomorrow from the looks of the kitchen right now. We're gonna go back to chicken and turkey.
Yeah. So go ahead. You're talking about the quick twitch muscle.
Yeah, there was a type of quickness. We might refer to quickness in throws as explosive power, but it was just I was able to notice it immediately. So I think we did that year. She was 6 years old. We did our district meet. There wasn't a lot of competition, and we moved on to the AAU regional meet when she was 6. And I believe at that time, as if I recall, the top 5 made it to JO, and I think we finished 6th, I believe, and we did not go to JO. And I contemplated, well, let's go to Florida and see if we can come out of club because, she didn't throw as well in that meet. There was a lot of people there. She might have been a little nervous, but I was like, no, that's okay. We'll just wait and try again next year. And we did. During the off season, we didn't do much. She was playing soccer at that time.
Oh, wow. She's an athlete.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, track was not either of their first sport. They both played soccer. Alexa started playing soccer, I think maybe when she was 3 or 4.
Wow.
Yeah, and Lexi continued to play soccer up until 5th grade. Once she aged out of elementary, I think she realized that track and field was kind of taking over. By the end, she'd already won multiple national titles. So
wow.
we
Well, you
started.
guys did longer than Savannah did. I don't know how long you've been following our page, but little Miss Savannah, we signed her up for soccer, thinking that she was gonna play. She did fine in practice. She did great in practice. We were like, oh, that's perfect. Her first game, we could not find her on the field. We know we put her on the field, but we couldn't find her playing. So we were like, is she on the sideline? Like, where's Savannah? Savannah was in someone else's tent chilling, eating on cheese. She had gathered, I guess everybody brought cheese snacks. She went to everybody's tents and picked up different types of snacks. And she was at another parent's tent just relaxing. So we were like, why are you not playing? She
Too
said,
hot.
it's too hot.
It's too hot.
So we realized she was doing great in practice because remember, practice is always at night.
Yeah. She was
So
done.
we
She
didn't
was
have a
done.
soccer
She
player.
was done. They had this, so you guys didn't do the primaries, huh? Because they have the primaries, or they didn't have it at that
Oh,
time.
yeah, for the little ones.
Well, the first year we did it when she was 6, we only did the district qualifier, and our
Gotcha.
regional meet was in Knoxville. We
Okay.
didn't go to Orlando. Now the next year we did the entire series. I would say that's when she broke out, Lexi. I would say she turned 7, so we went to Detroit for the AAU indoor meet,
Okay.
and she did really well. I think she hit 17-6 indoors, if I recall, and we lost
Wow.
to the legendary Layla Sharif. And from there, she just really took off. We did do the club and primary meet that year. I believe we finished second there. Wynai Watkins. You guys may be familiar if you're in South Florida with the Watkins girls. Charisma, I think, had quite a bit of notoriety as a runner. And
Yeah.
then from
Okay.
there, that's when we met Jones, his daughter, and
Oh,
Alexa.
you know, John.
Yeah, so Hobart's daughter Layla won Junior Olympics. It also was in Detroit that year. That was 2017. So Alexa
Mhm.
was podium at 7 years old. Well, she was throwing as an 8-year-old because her birthday was going to be later that year.
I
But
got you.
we've had quite a bit of success since.
Hello?
Yeah, we're here. Can you got?
Okay. Cool. So, what does a typical day of practice look like for you young ladies?
We start off usually with running the 400.
Well, if
Like if it's hot,
we'll run.
if it's hot, we usually don't.
Well, if it's hot, we run just like one lap.
Yeah.
But if it's like kind of cool, we'll run like 8.
Yeah, we'll run 2 laps, and if it's like hotter, then we'll run 1 lap, and then we do push-ups and squats, and then we stretch. And then
You
we
guys
just
have a good trainer that gives you the option to run 1 or 2.
Sometimes it depends. We don't really get to choose. Sometimes.
I know that's right. In the long run, you'll be grateful.
So, how do you guys do it with the throwing? Are you more technique based, or you do more reps with the throws? How does that work out?
I feel like it depends on what time in the season we're. Cause like if we're closer to like Junior Olympics or something, I feel like we'll focus maybe like more so on like technique. If it's like we're trying to like not get as many throws in, but like fix what we can fix for the track meets. But if we're like in the beginning of the season, we'll just like I guess we'll kind of just do both. We'll focus on technique and like do like a lot of throws. We'll like mix it up though sometimes.
I got you. So, coach, what are you more like the technician guy type of guy? Because I know some coaches, they love just technique, and some coaches, they want to get the reps in.
Oh no, we're pretty technical. I've had multiple people, especially with Taylor, that have reached out and says, "I've not seen anybody at 12 years old mechanically." I've got some. The discus is pretty nuanced. The shot put, not so much. You can kind of do a side shuffle. I do support both the glide and rotational shot put. Depends on body type, strengths of the athlete. Alexa's rotational, and she's been rotational in the shot put for about 3 years now. Her mechanics are solid. Taylor's a glider. in the shot put, and obviously they both use a full spin in discus.
Got you.
And I would say I don't want to say that our program is more of a discus based program. I don't think it's so much that. I think we may spend a little bit more time in discus because I do think discus requires a little bit
Yeah.
more work, a little bit more nuance than shot put.
Yeah,
It does.
yeah, we agree.
It does. Yeah, I found myself this year, and then I kind of, when we got to June, I was like, man, we spent a little bit too much time on discus, so the shot put kind of suffered a little bit this year with a couple of kids that I had because they were 11. You know, that first year is tough, especially getting them to learn to spin for the 11-year-olds. But it definitely is when it comes to the technique, it definitely is a little bit tougher. So I see the typical day of practice that you ladies have in the regular season. Does that change leading up to the Junior Olympics?
Yeah, it changes. Yeah.
Usually when we have practice closer to the Junior Olympics, we'll like do like a less intense like workout in like the weight room and stuff. And it's like we'll like what she said, we'll like practice more like technique, and also we're just trying to get like reps in.
Like
Just
meet certain marks.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
try
meet marks. Like if we'll see on mouse split like certain marks people are throwing, we'll try and like throw that in practice, or like, try and like get close to marks that we see on mouse split. So we have like a better like chance going to Junior Olympics of being prepared.
Who taught you guys to go into mouse
I was just
split?
about to ask that.
Like that is a listen. That is a slept upon a study, right? The same way a football team is going to study for their the next competition, or a basketball team is going to look at, who may be the best player on the team that they're looking at. Mile split is the equivalent, or any other site that you use that's going to give your distances, or your speeds. It's the equivalent for there, because what happens is, number one, it tells you where you are. Number two, it tells you where your competition may be. And number three, it tells you what you may need to focus on, right? Because if you killing it in javelin, then you may be able to relax in javelin. But if you want in discus, then maybe you need to go over to discus. So that is a very important key that you girls have learned to go to mouse with, because so many people only look at their own throws, or they don't even, they go by, mommy, what did you write down? What did you say I threw? That is, listen, that's a key. You guys have a golden gem.
Or you focus on the local competition, the people around you, and not realizing that there's some more big fish out there. So you gotta be ready to take them on.
Yeah.
So you guys said your dad taught you to go to mouse split?
Yeah, he'll like mostly go on there and tell us, but like we'll end up like knowing like in our heads already like what the marks are, because he tells us so often at practice.
So
Right.
I'll tell you one thing that I do is for each age group, you know, I kind of take historical data. So I would say at 12 years old, for an example, in the shot put, if you're going to be on the podium, you need to probably be north of 30 feet in shot put. And if you're not at 30 feet, that's okay. We don't use it at all as criticism. But I'll tell you what, it's very similar. If it's your goal to attend an Ivy League school, then I would recommend you to be cognizant of what kind of SAT scores and what kind of grades you're going to need to be. So I think that anytime you want to go somewhere, you need to have a map. You got to have something on how to get there. So, you know, and I don't mean this negatively, but if you're 15 years old and you throw the shot put 20 feet, keep working, but you're probably not a player on a national level. I'm just being straightforward with you.
Right.
That's
Right.
facts. You're right.
That's
You're not
true.
wrong.
That's true.
Yes, I'll tell you this. We're blessed and very fortunate. When we look at the JO performance list, typically in years past, we've not had to look very far. I think 4 different years between my daughters, we've been top 2 seeds. I think 4 different times. I think well, maybe 5 now, including this year, because I think Lexi's been a top 2 seed. We never been the number 1 seed coming in, but we always seem to be in the top 2 or 3 on the JO performance list, whether it be AAU or USATF going in. So we like to know where we are, and we like to know where we are relative to the rest of the country. And I think you need to know that to have realistic expectations. I mean,
That's right.
if you're not in the top, I would say 10 to 12, as a parent or a coach, I wouldn't want an athlete to believe, hey, I'm dominant, I've won all of my meets. That may very well be fine on a district or an association level if you're talking USATF, but I think you need to be cognizant of where you stand relative to your competition now.
Yep.
Amen.
Yep.
Amen. I agree with you 100%.
Yep. Pass the offering plate. Definitely a
I agree
word.
with you 100%.
So what was your mindset leading up to competition at the Junior Olympics? Both of you guys.
Yeah. So, my mindset was just like obviously I wanted to win, but like for me, like I was just wanted to do my best, and it's like whatever I could do, just do that. And it's just like I wanted to like push my limits a little bit, just do like as like the best I could possibly do.
I don't know if we went over this part already, but how do you get into that mindset? How do you say, you know what, this is what I'm going to focus on? I know it's a lot going on when you get there, right? You got people running around, you got kids crying, you got vending machines, and it's a whole bunch of things. You got snacks, you might be hungry. How do you how do you lock in and tell yourself, okay, I'm in competition mode?
So usually I don't like get in competition mode until I'm about to like just start throwing. Usually I like make friends with like all the girls that are there, and we're like talking and stuff like under like tents and stuff, and then like usually like everybody notices like everyone's face starts to change once we like get out like onto like not the field but like into the ring, and it's like everyone starts to change. Everyone just like goes like everyone just starts to look like robots kind of, and we're just like focusing on what we need to do.
So in other words, she want to feed him before she kill him.
Right.
Yeah. I was just about to say it. You over there telling them, yeah, so how you guys doing? I mean, I'm about to go 114, but I don't know about the rest of y'all.
You over there making friends now, trying to make the blow easier to take. That's like a parent taking their child out for ice cream right before they go on punishment. We feel you. We understand. Okay, and what about you? What is your I'm sorry, I don't know which is which.
This is Taylor.
That's Lexi and that's Taylor.
Lexi is the one with red shirt.
Yeah.
Lexi, you're almost as tall as your dad.
I mean, she's taller.
Actually, Taylor's 12. She's 6 foot. Alexa's about 15. Yeah, so but they get on.
She's 12 and she's 6 feet.
Yeah.
That's Layla.
Dad's 6'6".
Oh, Dad is 6'6".
Oh, you mean
I'm sorry. I look at my son and I tell him I'm sorry.
Y'all can give us a little bit of height.
I'm 5'2". I'm sorry, son.
Yeah. You said Layla,
so Lexi, how do you tap in, Lexi?
For me, I feel like it's actually like really different for me because I feel like it actually happens naturally for me because maybe it might be because like I've done it for so much longer, but I feel like once I like get to the stadium, like it doesn't even have to be like a big meet, but just like the environment, like it just makes me like get focused and like I feel like I don't really have to like do anything to get like focused like her. I just like kind of it naturally happens and like once I start warming up and stuff, I just try and focus on all the things that I've like done in practice and try to remember my technique and just do my best in practice.
Do you guys listen to music?
Yeah, once we in the car when we go to the meets, we listen to music.
What are you listening to? What's on the playlist?
We listen to Mariah Carey. Was it Keep Your Head Sky? Yeah.
I listen to a lot of
before.
Well, Sounds of Blackness, Keep Your Head to the Sky. We've been listening to that since she was around 5.
Okay.
Just like
positive. We've got a playlist that we play. It's the same songs. We don't add anything or really take anything away.
Driving there.
Yeah.
Are they at the age of where they've asked to add anything?
Sometimes, like when I competed this year, I listened to my own music and I listened to a lot of Glorilla.
So we have David. David normally has a song that he likes to listen to before Savannah competes. He had a song, And one day going to the competition out of nowhere, she was like, I don't want that song. I was like, you're changing the song? She was like, no, I don't, that song doesn't do it. Okay, it's your show. We can
Yeah.
change.
Yeah,
So what do you guys eat before you compete? Are you eating on what are you eating? You eating a full meal? You eating granola? You eating
snacks,
fruit? What are
yeah.
you eating before you compete?
Sometimes whatever's at the hotel. Sometimes
It depends.
Right.
Like we try to make sure we always have like meat or a type of protein. And like usually fruit. I like fruit. I don't know what about her, but like I try to eat fruit and some type of protein. And then
It's either watermelon queen.
yeah, I want basically water.
Okay,
Watermelon.
that's good. You
That's
want to
what
dehydrate?
Man, I need to give my children some watermelon. Maybe that'll help them get those legs y'all have over there. What about you? What do you like to eat?
So I don't know. Like usually, whatever at the hotel, and like, or if we're like getting something out, like usually like McDonald's breakfast, like I'll like get like a burrito or something. And
Oh,
I was
you
thinking about
guys,
that.
you don't. You got to go back and look at some of our old lives. That's Savannah's go-to until she just stopped
Yeah, she
doing
just
that
stopped.
this year because we went on a binge of not eating fast food. And when we did that, it took away McDonald's.
Yeah,
But
so she wasn't happy.
this the first year she didn't eat burrito. So that's Savannah's go-to, a burrito before
So
every
when
trip.
you at the hotel, who runs to the waffle machine first?
probably me.
Yeah.
I like the hotel.
Yeah.
That's always my favorite. I always wake up before everybody else and go down to eat. In peace.
Yes, they go down and eat
In
early.
peace. So, do you have any nerves before you compete? And if so, how do you handle it? Taylor, you can go first, then Lexi.
Usually I have nerves when I'm driving to the stadium because like sometimes like there's different like girls every year. Like some of the girls I see like are like the same from like last year, but most of the girls are like different like each year. So
Mhm.
again, I don't really know what they're gonna be like. I don't know if they're gonna be like, like serious or like funny. But like I have nerves driving to the like stadium or whatever we're competing. But like once I get there, I feel like the nerves usually like just like go away.
Okay.
That's cool. How about
Yeah.
you, Lexi?
For me, it's actually kind of weird because I feel like when I was little, I didn't actually have nerves. I just like went to the meets and just threw because I didn't really know what was happening. But like as I got older, I feel like I was more cognizant of like the competition I was going against and like how important it is to like throw well, and like I just kind of get more nervous, and I feel like that's one thing that I feel like hasn't helped me in meets. I'm trying to like kind of work on that and not be as nervous or as stressed because I feel like it can like mess up my throw because in shot put and discus I feel like some people don't realize like how technical it is and like
Yeah.
how and, like being stressed can like just mess up your whole throw, or like because when I'm stressed, if I'm throwing shot put, I usually always like throw out a sector and almost hit somebody. So that's what happens to me when I'm
So,
stressed.
so
So I
Dad or Coach, what's some things that you try to implicate or that you try to like implement? Sorry, to change her to make her not be as nervous when she's competing. When you see that.
All right, so all right, I got to be candid with you here. In both of their cases, so in Taylor's lost one discus competition in age group ever, and
Wow.
and this is the first year. So in shot put, Tatiana Moore has been in our cohort for the entire time that she's been throwing. Brielle Hudson, and I think you guys have had Brielle on. I think previously, I think I saw her maybe last year. They've been part of the same cohort in the same group. And other than last year at AAU finals, Taylor's never lost a discus competition, state, local, or national.
Wow.
And in Lexi's case, her group has always been stacked. I mean, this I would say, just me keeping track of it, talking to various coaches across the country, we've probably got 20 to 30 girls in the 15 to 16 age group that are Power 5 caliber athletes.
I agree with you 100%.
For throws. Oh man, you've got Tia's got a girl down in Florida that's excellent. it seems like Houston's got 5 or 6 girls, and that helped
They
us out
do.
because the girls out of Houston are excellent throwers. Most of them we've either trained with, thrown against, and we grew up training with Nick Capiano some out of Houston. He does a fabulous job. Want to make sure we get a plug in. All of us are wearing our All-American thrower stuff. We are
All American throwers, baby.
All
Coach Nick.
American throwers.
Nick's one of my best friends. I believe Nick's probably the premier youth throws coach in the world. If
He's
there's
the Godfather. That's what I call him.
anybody out there and you're looking to get technical training, uh, and if you're really looking to get elite level and expert coaching, I would say reach out to Nick on all the various platforms. He's really accessible. So, and as a matter of fact, so that's basically what we did. I want to just kind of segue into that. When Alexa was 6, we threw, and she did finish second indoors. We got to a point where I thought she needed to do something more than just a power throw or a side shuffle. So at that time, the dominant figure in youth throws was a young lady. Octavia G. Absolutely.
Octavia G. That's right.
In fact, when they had the hurricane, they actually they lived with me for about 10 days where they had some trouble in Sugar Land. But when I noticed, I'm like, hey, I saw the same girl, Octavia G. So I did research. Well, who coaches her? And Nick, and we attended his clinic. I think that was February of 2017, and we've trained. We trained with her pretty consistently. We would go 2 or 3 times a year. Work.
Wow.
Go some. We used to go every year during the Dr. King holiday, and eventually, I kind of took more of a lead type position because all the time they were working. Well, Alexa Taylor has never really worked with anyone other than me, but Alexa trained under the tutelage of Nick, and he did an excellent job. He taught her to glide and the spin and discus as well, and we've had quite a bit of success since then.
Awesome.
Nice. Nah, he's a great guy, man. He's a great guy. Definitely one that we look up to.
Yes, he is. He's been very welcoming since we started this platform. Very helpful. So, what goals did you guys set before the season? Alexa, you can go first.
Okay. Well, I didn't really go to many meets this season or during the summer, but some of my goals, I guess, was to mostly technique. I would think like in shot put, I've been struggling like getting left and like making sure I hit the center of the ring. So like mostly like technical stuff, and then for discus, I guess basically the same thing because it's kind of rotational for both, so it's kind of corresponds with one another. But get left and making sure I get height and just stuff like that, just technical stuff.
Now, David,
So, out of all of the goals that you set, were you able to accomplish any of them?
Yeah, I would say I got better. I still need to work on it a lot, but I would say I got better during the summer. Yeah.
Good.
And
yeah, so
that's
I want to clear something up. When she says getting left, if you've got some listeners that want to make sure that they understand what we're saying, we want to be a help and a blessing to somebody. Basically, in the shot put and discus, getting left, you want your shoulders, knees, and feet to all be aligned in a stack, as we call that, being a triple stack. So you want your shoulders, knees to be over the ball of your foot when you throw. If not, then you're not really getting, like in the discus, you want to get that entry arm out and stay long coming out of the back. But in the shot put as well. So a lot of athletes will cut it short and fall into the center as opposed to getting left. So that's something that we really, really worked on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So what have you guys did? Because I know she's going to the 4K now. Has she thrown that previously? Because I know some middle schools throw 4K now, and some still throw the 6. So how's that transition going?
It's been good. I threw the 4K previously before I had to throw it as a high school.
We worked with it. We had a kind of a gradual evolution into it. As a matter of fact, I want to let you guys know Taylor is the only one that did the Junior Olympic series. Well, I
I got
decided.
you.
Okay,
I got you.
okay.
Okay.
So Alexa did some other things. With her going into high school, we wanted to focus more on maybe college camps. Uh, and she had a wonderful summer, but it was a different experience for her. She did get a
When
chance
you
to.
say, I want you to elaborate more on that. I don't know if you were about to, but if you can, dad slash coach, let us know what's the difference of a child that's in elementary school that's maybe focused on JO versus pivoting that child to the next level, which is coming away from JO and focusing on other things. What's the difference there? You as a coach, you're trying to juggle two of the children, first of all, but how do you
Sure.
prepare your athlete to go from competing every weekend or every other weekend to you may only compete once a month?
All right. So that's an excellent question. So I don't want to marginalize or malign the Junior Olympic Series on the USATF or AAU side. I want to be clear. Uh,
Right.
that's how we develop our youth track and field athletes. But I believe once an athlete is in middle school, we've got other options and venues available now that and I predicted that this would happen.
More
I
beneficial.
think eventually the shoe meets would become the dominant championship series for athletes that are older.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Junior Olympics, both ANU and USATF, to be candid with you, it's more geared towards kids, younger
Right.
kids. By structure, if you got 80 to 100 kids in a meet and you're out there 4 to 6 hours, it's not really conducive for maximum performance of the athlete. Whereas with Alexa, I want her to move more towards elite type, where maybe there's only 20 to 30 athletes potentially. Our
Right.
plan as of now, I think we'll probably do
Adidas.
this year coming up. I think I'll take a look at it. I think this year we may do either emerging or freshman class. If they allow us to separate it, she can do varsity elite, whatever the highest level in discus. It doesn't matter ninth grade or not. Alexa's already over 140 feet in discus.
Right,
But
Ooh.
right, right. Come on, somebody. Come on.
whereas with Taylor, uh, with her being younger, we decided to leave her and let her continue to do Junior Olympics. I didn't necessarily think as a sixth grader that she had the best opportunity to be competitive on a national level going against much older kids. Now, the
Mm-hmm.
way the summer developed, to be candid with you, maybe I made a mistake. I think Taylor finished top 20 in middle school this year, regardless of grade, sixth, seventh, or eighth grade. I think she finished 19th in the country. And
Nice.
Wow.
a couple of practices that Taylor was over 100. I know she hit 120 a couple of times. Once I saw it in warm up, and the national record, Amy Belmonis did it. I think 121 was her AAU national record. So she was flirting with that, and we wanted to give
Mm.
her a chance to do that. Moving forward, what's that now? No. Moving forward, I think with both of them, we may let Taylor do JO one more time. It's in Houston. We've enjoyed going to Houston. It's a second home for us. I'll talk to Alexa about it. But with Alexa, we were more focused on college camps and things like that. She did attend the complete, actually it's the accent camp that they had at Harvard this year. So
Nice.
she
Oh wow.
Nice. I saw. Yeah,
I love
I saw some of the pictures in your profile. That's amazing.
I love that you put so much emphasis on Ivy League schools. Like it's a lot of our children sometimes think that it's out of reach, and not to hit on any other school because I didn't go to Ivy League either. But it's totally doable. And this ability that you girls have, I don't know if you hear it enough. If you hear it all the time, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna tell you again. This gift that you guys have opens a door for you that is not open to the average child.
Facts.
You have the ability to compete on another level, not just because you have, you may be in a certain area, but you have the ability to compete on another level because of the gift that you have. It opens doors to other schools. Ivy Leagues love athletic children, contrary to popular belief. And if you're smart and athletic, that's like a double plus. That's the cherry on top of the cake. So I think you guys are definitely on. I can't see that, Booby. I'm sorry, y'all. He over here messing with the questions, and he can see clearer than I can. He made the things like a .6.
So Lexi, how was that experience when you went up to Harvard?
It was really fun. I feel like that's where I learned most of my technique from, or how I got better at most of my technique. And I think it was like a cool experience because they talked not just about throws, but like we got together as a group and we got to talk about like different things, such as when you go into like Ivy League schools, or like the best way to like go about high school and like certain things, or like how you grades and stuff like that. And then I think Sexton.
Coach
Yeah.
Sextonator was one of the speakers for
Yeah.
things at LSU, and I want to piggyback on something she's saying. One of the reasons that I thought it was significant for Alexa to start doing some college type clinics and camps is I knew that with this particular program that they were putting on there at Harvard, they do it at other places across the country. But if it's her expectations as she enters high school, they're going to let you know ahead of time what type of courses you need to be taking a look at. This is what you even get into, like potentially what you would need on the SAT. I think if you got desires to attend an Ivy League school, I think going to a camp like that as a junior, after you've already completed and matriculated the first couple of years of high school, it's probably too late, to be honest with you. So this before her freshman year gave us sort of a roadmap of what it is that we need to be doing to prepare if that's our end game, if that's what it is that we're looking at. She got a chance to meet some great coaches. She got a chance to meet the throws coach, obviously, at Harvard, Coach Brooks. Now, I want to be clear. She's very likely to be a high major recruit. So they could not talk to her specifically about the recruiting process as it pertains to her other than generalities. But I think she got a chance to perform at a high level in front of college coaches, and I think they all left impressed.
Awesome.
Nice.
Go,
And Lexi,
Mr. Small Fun.
she's on the side of a 4-point GPA as well.
Say that part again.
Both of them are honor students. Taylor made her first B ever this past year, so she the black sheep, I guess.
Oh,
No, don't do it like that.
that Taylor. That means you got challenged, Taylor. So Samuel, our son, from kindergarten to 5th grade, only made A's.
Yeah.
He was at what we have here in Florida. It's called a charter school.
She
He only made
your title, so we'll forgive her, right?
right. So he only made A's for elementary, and then he went over to private school, which he's at Ransom Everglades, which is one of the nationally ranked private school. And he came home with a lot more B's than normal. Brother didn't know how to take it. He was like, "What you mean?" Listen, did they give me the right report card? Something is going on. But we had to tell him, it's a different challenge. So we gonna let you get that B, baby girl. We gonna Taylor, we gonna accept that B for a moment, a hot moment. So what's your favorite state to compete in?
Like Texas, like Houston, Texas.
Oh,
now this we're in College Station, which is just outside of Houston, but we've had quite a bit of success in the state of Texas. A lot of athletes, and it's just so hot they melt. But we train in the heat, and it's we want to be acclimated to that. But we've had a lot of success in Texas.
That's so important, training in the heat. We did it one year with Savannah. I remember taking her to the hill.
Well, we went,
we were coming to Houston.
We was going to Houston, in 2021.
Yeah, we were going to Houston, so we trained in the heat intentionally. While David was at work, I'm not a trainer, but I had to just get her outside for the sun.
That was Humble, 2021.
Yeah, 2021. Yeah, Humble. Yeah,
I remember that. That was where they let the devil out.
Yeah,
man, it was hot.
It was so hot.
It was hot.
It was really, and
but
we
she did good. She went double goal, so we were happy. It was hot though, but we had a good time. Ate some Whataburger, some In-N-Out.
We had In-N-Out. We enjoyed ourselves.
Some barbecue. It was a good time. It was a good time. So what has been your favorite track and field moment so far? We start with Taylor, then we go with Lexi.
When I beat Brielle this year, because she's like been on my tail ever since I started competing nationally.
Jimmy's Hudson, by the way.
Yeah, real.
Yeah, because
No, no, I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah.
yes.
So that was a big accomplishment for you.
Because she's been like beating me in discus and shot put. I haven't beat her in shot put yet, but
Come
maybe.
on with the yets.
Keep working. Keep working.
That that competition in field events, especially with girls, is so it's so high, the level of competition. But I like that it's good competition. It's friendly competition. But that's right. Don't walk in ever accepting that you're not gonna win. You need to go in the mentality of I'm gonna win.
That's right.
Speaking of winning, the next question is, what's your favorite medal that you won?
My favorite medal.
It doesn't have to be like a first place medal. It can just be something that, maybe it was a hard day and you pushed through.
I don't know. Maybe like my first. It's not like a medal, but like my ribbon for like the first time I threw discus.
You said the ribbon for what? We didn't hear that part.
Yeah, so
my ribbon for the first time I threw discus, I threw 16 feet.
And you got a ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
I want people out there to listen, because they think that when they see you girls and they see people like you throw, they just assume that you've always been amazing.
Right.
They don't realize that work that you put in to get to the level that you're at. Did y'all hear that? She said the first time she threw a discus, how far did it go?
16 feet.
16 feet.
Wow.
And now she's at 120 feet.
Wow.
Because of the work and effort that she put in. So that's a
at JO. She has hit 120 in practice, but
no, she went 114 at JO's. No, I got you.
Way further than 16 feet though. You did some work there. So I know that Alexa, I believe it's Alexa that you said hasn't really done she didn't do JOs this past summer. But this question is for both of you guys. We always pause here for a moment before we go to this particular question. And although your dad is right there next to you, it don't matter. You can act like he's not there to say what you have to say. For both of you all, we ask that you guys pause for a moment and think about all that you've done over the summer, this summer, and previous summers. And it's not one person, because it very rarely is ever one person. We haven't had anyone to say just one person. And I know you can't name everyone because it may be a never ending list. But if you could pause for a moment to think of those people who have been very instrumental in your success thus far, training you, making sure you had food to eat, getting your clothes out, making sure that you got to practice, motivated you on days that you didn't feel like doing it anymore, told you that you were great even when you didn't get first place. If you can think on those people, what would you like to say to them? And who are some of those people?
Our mom, because she whenever we don't do good, I feel like we always like get in our feelings and just start being sometimes we blame other people for when we don't win, but most of the time it's just technical stuff, and it's we weren't having a good day, and she always makes sure that we get back up and keep doing the sport that we like to do.
Yeah.
Awesome. And was that Taylor speaking or Alexa?
That was Taylor.
So Alexa, what about you?
I would say, well, a lot of our just whole family, but maybe our mom, and then our grandmas, and a lot of people in our family just help us and pray for us a lot, or just to help us and motivate us before we go to competitions. And my grandma says her church prays for us a lot, so
Awesome.
I feel that helps us a lot, just in competition and stuff like that. And our dad, of course, he helps us.
Well, I want you to tell me and tell your dad why he's there. Like I said, pretend like he's not there. Because this is the time where we pause and we keep it real, and I want you girls to understand something, that adults are very rarely thanked by their children. And coaches are very rarely thanked by their athletes. So this is the time for you to say, look, I know you kick my behind in practice, okay? I know you don't give me easy practices, but I truly do appreciate you. So I want to hear, how do you feel about your coach? How do you feel about your dad when it comes to your track seasons?
I feel like he helps us a lot, but like a lot of people like maybe like would see him as like, I guess, mean. But I feel like we're just kind of used to it at this point. But like he coaches really hard, but like he knows if like maybe we can think like if we're not throwing good and like he thinks we have more in us, he'll like make sure we like get the best like out of that practice. And even if that like has to be he like forces us to maybe like run or something like that, we usually like end up throwing farther. So he usually makes sure like we do our best and like we're not just like, even though if we might think we're doing our best, he knows if we're doing our best or not. So,
So do
yeah.
you appreciate that?
Yeah.
When you appreciate it afterwards, you
Yeah,
don't
at the time
appreciate
you'd
it
be like,
during it.
man.
What about you, Taylor? How do you
Yeah.
feel about dad, Coach Taylor?
Yeah, like what she said, he like coaches like whatever he can get out of you, like the most you can do, like you're gonna do at practice. Like no matter if you have to run like 800 meters, like you're gonna do the most that you can do.
I don't think you've ever run 10, 800 meters.
No, but
Listen, coach.
no,
Listen.
but I'm pretty sure I had a mile worth in laps because I wasn't getting my height that I wasn't.
The most that
So-
we've read probably is just
So that's the
Yeah.
secret, coach. I got you. Savannah not gonna like y'all.
No.
We running a mile. If she don't get
No.
the height, get to the track.
Right. Get over there. Well, like I said, we like to pause for that particular moment because we want families to know, we especially me, like I said, I'm a coach's wife / mom, and sometimes moms get caught in the shuffle. Kids don't stop and say, thank you, mom, for remembering my socks, or thank you, mom, for packing me some watermelon. They don't pause for that. So that's the part of where we pause, and it makes your mom and your dad say, oh man, those are our babies. So outside of your parents and your grandparents, because I did hear grandma, by the way, if grandma can go back and see this replay, grandma need to hear that you guys show her some love, and the church folks need to know that they prayers have been working. Okay.
Amen.
All right. Now, outside of those people, who are your favorite athletes? Got to think about it.
Like outside of track and field.
Yeah, it don't have to be
No,
track.
it can be any
Yeah, any
athlete that
yeah.
you look up to. It could be a basketball player, just an athlete that you look up to, or that's your favorite athlete.
Maybe like I don't know. Like
You
I
don't
don't
have anybody that you
What-
say, man.
like probably my sister, like Lexi.
Oh, that's big. That's big, Alexa. You better not drop it, Alexa. That's a lot of respect she just put on your back. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Because like she's like the reason really I started doing track, because like I saw her doing it and I thought it looked cool, and then I asked him
Wow.
and he let me do it. So
Dad, you need to save this part of the interview and rewind it when they start acting like they not sisters no more. Say, wait. What you said on the interview now?
You know they're out here fronting.
So who's your favorite athlete, Lexi?
I would say, well, I guess maybe Venus and Serena, because after we watched the movie about their life, we kind of like, I guess you could say, related to them, because I guess he kind of like, he really does like kind of act like King Richard in the movie.
Right. Don't worry. Oh, look, she put her head down. Don't put your head down, baby. Hold your head up. Tell the truth and shame the devil. They all act like Mr. Richard.
Hey, it got them to where they wanted to go.
Yeah.
So you think Venus and Serena? That's amazing, and they're really good off the field as well too. With off the court as well too, as far as giving back to the community, being role models. All of that kind of stuff makes a big deal.
Yeah.
We have a few more questions, and then we're gonna wrap up because we know everybody else is probably looking at the debate already. That's why our numbers are are dropping, but it's fine. They can come back and see the replay.
So, do you have a favorite quote or a favorite motto?
What what is it Julius Caesar said? I came outside. Whatever he
No.
said.
My favorite quote, I'm Scarface, man. I always tell the truth, even when I lie.
That's my favorite movie, man.
I cannot.
It's not exactly PG-13, but good movie.
No, it's not.
Right.
PG-13.
No, definitely not.
It's not PG-13. We from Miami, so they make you watch that as soon as you're born.
Right. Right. Right.
Right.
So, Dad, let us ask you, what has been the highlight of the season for you, for both of your girls, for each of them?
All right. I can tell you unequivocally. I logged on to Mouse Split, and I saw Alexa Haynes and Taylor Haynes ranked number 1 and number 2 in the state. And this,
Wow.
regardless of grade, this is middle school. And Alexa wasn't ranked in the high school rankings because she couldn't be. You know, she wasn't in high school yet. But I was really proud. You know, like if you take a look at the performance list, for example, at JO, and you look, you don't have to go very far down the list to see your kids.
It's a good feeling.
You know, and with Alexa, she just finished her middle school career, and Alexa leaves middle school 3 years, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, 5-time state champion, state
Wow.
record in discus. She broke her own state record in the discus. She became the first athlete in any of the throws to win a state championship as a 6th grader. Won put in discus as 7th grader, came back as an 8th grader and won shot put in discus again.
Wow.
So that's pretty. And then I'm thinking, man, you can't beat that. So then Taylor comes and she wins JO. So
Right. Right.
this has been a very successful year for us. You know, I'm just very blessed, very fortunate to have these young ladies.
Did they go to the same middle school?
They did. They were at West Carterville. I'm going to give a shout out to Coach Erica Palmer, 3-time defending state champion here in the state of Tennessee. Here in Tennessee, our middle school, we have state championship just like high school. You move like a league meet, then sectional meet. Yeah, and Erica's done an excellent job at building a powerhouse. Right now, West Carterville is probably the premier middle school program, if not just the state of Tennessee, maybe the country. Because it's not
nice.
Shout out to Coach.
No, because I was thinking they probably saw Lexa leaving. Oh no, what happened?
Yeah.
Go ahead. What'd you say? I couldn't hear you.
I was saying we had the fastest 4x, not this season, but last year we had the fastest 4x1 relay in the country.
Wow.
That group of girls moved up to high school. Carterville High won the state championship this year. So Carterville is Trackville. So we won the high school state championship. We also won the middle school state championship. Now, Alexa's not attending Carterville High. She's at St. George's. It's a school in Carterville. And in terms of what we're looking for, I think it perfectly suits our needs. It's close and convenient for us. And, you know, we were kind of looking for smaller classrooms. You know, Carterville's the local school in the state of Tennessee. Excellent program. Give a shout out to all of the people there. They're some of my best friends in the world. But we really, as a parent, I'm not really interested in the 3,000 or 4,000 students in a school type thing. You know, I'm interested in
But
more.
don't come to Miami ever.
It's like the most major areas, man. We go to Texas, man, and you know, man, they got schools with 4,000 or 5,000 students, man. You know, you graduated high school with me, you ain't never seen these people before, man.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
no, that's true. That's how it was. My graduating class was I graduated 2001. My graduating class was 1,300 kids.
And I went to a much smaller school, so
Yeah.
my graduating class was like 100 kids.
Yeah, it was 1,300 kids.
See, that's
No,
one
but
of
our
my-
kids, though, I say we echo those same sentiments because our kids go to a school, a very small school.
Yeah, they have maybe 18 kids to a class.
Yeah, like it's real small.
Right.
I definitely echo. No, but I was saying that they were probably saying, "Oh, Lexa's leaving, praise God," and then turn around and little
The
sister
sister
coming
coming.
behind her like, "Jesus Christ, I hope you don't have no more kids."
Right. Sister coming right behind her. Right behind her. Did we already go to this question? But what do you guys do outside of track and field? Did we already ask that
No.
question? What do you guys do outside of track and field?
Well, I literally like just started this year doing volleyball. I'm not like I'm decent at it, but like I
I
haven't
just
really.
posted a post about volleyball. We just started our volleyball season up here in Miami. You don't have to be great at it. It's just something else.
It's gonna help your explosion with shot put.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, and that, really, it's that was one of the reasons that I was a huge proponent of her playing volleyball. The same type of training, the same energy systems, the plyometrics and other things that we'll do in track. It should be transcendent there, and that's one of the things with Taylor. She mentioned running. I told her, hey, you can still run, long as it's something that's anaerobic. I don't want her doing too much because it's two different energy systems. I'm in the process now trying to get my national strength and conditioning certification. And it's kind of hard to train an athlete to be an explosive athlete and where you're using an anaerobic energy source. And then also like you couldn't really, I would find it very difficult to train an athlete to be like a 2 mile and
Yeah.
also to do like volleyball. It's two completely
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
trainings.
It's gonna be it's tough.
Man, y'all daddy have a lot of ingredients to these recipes that y'all don't understand yet because y'all younger. But when you get older, you're gonna say, okay, he knew what he was talking about. This
Yeah, when you get to college and your coach start telling you something, you say, I've been listening to that since I was 9 years old.
exactly. I already know about this, ma'am. I already know about this.
So how do you ladies balance track and field in school?
Mm-hmm.
This well, really like well, sometimes when it's like a heavier day at like practice, we'll like go like straight from school, like
Just be like be organized. Like,
yeah, we
like,
want to be
when you
organized,
get home from school, make sure you do your work. Like don't like we're not really allowed to like get on our phones, I guess, because like we need to.
Allegedly, hey, keep that in mind. Now you're recording this now, so when I
That's
see,
right.
okay,
We're recording it, Alexa. Where's your mom? Is your mom home?
That's it over there.
Mom, I hope you taking notes on this. Pause it and know that this is the part of the video that if you see Alexa with her phone, you hit play on this part. Alexa, continue with the story. So, in the future, from today on, when you get home, you will not use your phone
Until that work is
until
done.
you're done with your work. You're making an online live commitment. She like, I don't know about that part.
So you ladies like to get your work done first and then practice.
Yeah,
But sometimes, like most of the time, we already know what we're gonna do.
with the exception during the track season, I want to clarify that during the track season, we typically practice right immediately after school, and that's
Okay.
we, but during this this season of the year, we'll come in and make sure we get all of our school stuff done. But I would say once we get into late February, early March, we usually practice immediately after school. And that time of the year, we kind of have to because sometimes we don't always have lighting available and it's getting dark pretty quickly. So we need to be done with our track workouts by 5. As the year goes on, then we've got a little bit more light, then we can kind of switch it up a little bit.
Nah,
Right,
I definitely agree with you on that. Well, for us, it rains a lot down here later in the day, so we try to, if we can get it in early too, we definitely get it in early.
Yeah.
So, Taylor, this is a 2-part question. First is for Taylor, then we'll go to Alexa. How did it feel when you hit that 114 and you knew that you had won the Junior Olympics?
I honestly wasn't expecting it because before that, like my PR, like I was thinking like, so obviously I had hit 120 in like practice before, but like before that I was hitting like constant like 110s, like 112s, like I like not high 100s, like high like
High 90s, yeah.
high 90s, like 100.
She was sandbagging too for all your card players because we didn't have any meets where she had. Well, we did. We had one meet where she had hit 100 feet, and I want to say this: it's difficult. JO, I think, is perfectly suited for especially Taylor, but either of them because that's the first time and the only meet that Taylor had this year that she got 6 throws. It's kind of difficult when you go to a meet and you get 3 throws. Like one warm-up throw or 2 warm-up throws,
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
counter one more. And I want to say this: had it not, and I'm just being honest with you. Had it not been raining, I think we've got a new national record holder.
It was slippery.
Oh, so you guys got caught in the rain? Because I know some people got rain, and some people they were fortunate they were able to get through it.
Rained every day in College Station. Yeah, and they had, the day before they had a lightning delay. They didn't finish the 15, 16 girls. They were on the podium at 12:30 at night. So
Wow.
I saw Kimball's and Jay posted their live was like almost 1 a.m. That's crazy.
Wow.
Brianna Davis was with that group. Let's see, Brielle Lawson.
Yeah, you got Lawson.
That's Alexis.
Kimball, I think Kimball and Edwards, Wayne's daughter. I think she's in that group too. That's a tough group, man.
Yeah, yeah. Greater Houston Track Club. Yeah,
that's a tough group. So, Alexa, you see your sister going through all of that. How did it make you feel to know all the hard work that you put in with her and all the struggles that you might have seen her have, last year when she threw the 16 feet, to see her get to this point now that she's at? How did that make you feel?
It made me feel like proud of her and accomplished, because I feel like, I guess because I help her a lot in practice too, because I just teach her technique I kind of know and kind of help her. So seeing her, I wasn't there when she threw it, but seeing her when she won and when she got to throw the 114, I was really proud of her, and all the effort and practice and stuff that she put in, it just paid off.
the week of JO, Alexa had flu. That was she got back from Harvard on the 22nd. That was the day that JO started. So she tested positive for flu the next day. We're just, she was in the airport around a lot of different people. So she was able to go to College Station with us.
So how did that make you feel, Taylor, with your sister not being able to be there? Before the competition, because I'm sure that normally you probably have her there, which is in essence, it's kind of a blanket of support. So now you have to go to one of the biggest competitions of the year and you don't have your sister there.
When I found out that she couldn't come, I was definitely a little disappointed, but on the better side, I did get a better night's sleep because I didn't have to sleep in the same bed as her. But
you gotta tell the truth like your daddy, baby. Tell the truth. Go ahead. We listening.
I did good for her not being there, because she's always at all my big meets. So yeah.
So you kind of had a little bit of space there. You was it was 50-50.
So we didn't want to keep you ladies too long tonight. It's been a great interview.
Yes.
But this is our last question for the night. Where do you see yourself in? Alexa, you can start and then we'll end it with Taylor. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 6 years, and what's your dream college? Well, for you, Lexa, be 3 to 4 years. Well, what's your dream college that you would like to attend?
See myself in 3 to 4 years, I guess. I would see myself in college, going to bigger meet tests, and maybe even possibly getting ready to prepare for the Olympics. Maybe not in 2028, but I guess was it 2032, the next one? Yeah. And college, I don't really know yet, but I've been to 3 campuses. Obviously the Harvard campus, which I really liked because it's Harvard, and I feel the school there is really cool, and their track was really cool, and the coaches, they were really nice. And I've been to University of Tennessee Knoxville, and I really like their campus. And I've been to the University of Memphis campus, which is here where we live. But I don't really know where I want to go to school yet, though. But I've been to those campuses, and they're really nice.
Awesome.
Nice. And you, Taylor?
So where I see myself in the next, what'd you say, 5 years?
5 to 6 years.
5 to 6 years.
6 years, I think I'd be my first year of college, senior.
5 or 6 years, that might be your senior year. Yeah.
Yeah, senior, getting ready to go to college.
I'm trying to break Alexa's state record.
Right. That's what it'll be.
Yeah, but I think I'd probably be trying to break one of her records in high school, probably.
What about college? Do you have any colleges that you like? Even if you haven't gone to the campus yet?
No, I haven't really gone to any college campuses, but I probably want to go to
Well, Texas A&M. We on
Yeah.
their campus this summer, obviously. Yeah.
That's like I feel like I wouldn't really want to go to Texas A&M because like it's a pretty big college. Like everywhere you go, it's like it says Texas A&M and you're always on campus. So, but
So you would
I,
like a smaller school. Smaller schools, if y'all listening, y'all better pay attention. She likes smaller schools.
so I think I would probably want to go to like Vanderbilt or like Harvard, but like if like I get a scholarship because I don't think we would be able to pay for that. But
You sound like Savannah now. Stop counting our pockets. Hold
But
on now.
I want to give a shout out to my guy, John Newell, the throws coach at Vanderbilt. He took over for Ashley Kovacs. John just got promoted, I think, a week ago. He's just the new associate head coach at Kansas State. So speaking of
Oh,
Vanderbilt,
wow.
congratulate
They
John
got
on
Tara Davis out there too. I think she's on that staff
at Vanderbilt. Yeah.
at K
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
at K State. I think she's on that staff too.
Mhm.
Nice, nice. Well, it could be a landing spot too.
You never know the future. Never
Yeah,
know. We
yeah.
just speaking hypothetically. We don't know the future.
So we'll end it with you, Dad. So where do you see them, and what's the dream place you would like for them to end up at?
In terms of college, I'm not going to comment per se on that. They're going to have a lot of say in where they go. We'll take all of our visits and things like that. We'll be investigating the top throws for, there are quite a few schools around here in the SEC that have got top flight programs. Academics is going to be sort of at the spearhead of what we'll do. I think I'm
Nice.
more like so I'm thinking 2032. I'd like for both of my daughters to be at the trials at minimum. And more short term, I think Alexa and I have talked about by the time we leave high school, we'd like to be sort of 175 plus discus, right around 50 shot put.
She'd be
Yeah.
at U20 with them numbers. She'd
Right,
definitely be at
right.
the U20.
Right.
20, well, in the immediacy, probably 2028. That's 27, 28. We're looking to make a national team U20. Yeah, we're taking a look at that. Yeah.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. That might be a record. I don't think that ever happened. The siblings compete together at the trials or make the team. That'd be dope.
Yeah, I'm not aware
We'll
of that.
see.
I'm not sure.
That'll be dope. That'll be dope. Well, we thank you guys for spending the evening with us. We definitely got to learn a lot about you.
Yes.
People around the country that didn't know you, or people that did know you, they also got to learn a little bit more about the Haynes sisters and Coach Haynes. We wish you ladies much more success
And
throughout
Mama
the year.
Haynes. We
And
learned
Mama
about
Haynes.
Mama Haynes
That's right.
too tonight.
Wish you guys
That's right, Mama.
much success.
I'm not gonna forget about you, Mama. They be forgetting about the mamas. I'm not gonna forget.
I know the high school kids like, man, we got a monster to deal with in a couple of months.
Right.
When does indoor start for? Do you guys have an indoor season for high school?
We do. So for about the next 60 to 90 days, we'll do strength and conditioning. I don't plan on taking an indoor meet prior to the Christmas break. And the main reason is with Alexa, we want to make sure that she's become fully acclimated to 4K before we take a meet. And I've been talking to Nick. Nick wants me to come down there and do A&M. I think that's like January the 23rd or something. Vanderbilt's got
is that the Carl Lewis with the fast track one? I think they do or something like that.
That's the Carl Lewis and Joe DeLoach. That's always Dr. King holiday weekend.
Yeah.
I think the next weekend after this. As a matter of fact, Alexa used to always do the Joe DeLoach Classic coming up as a kid doing indoor. And we've done the LSU meet, the Louisiana Classic. Both of them have done that in the past. But I think this year we'll probably, I'm guessing, once we come back in January for the second semester, we'll probably take one meet maybe in January, and then in February we'll do a couple of more. Then Alexa's got high school state championship. That'll be, I think, the first weekend in March. So our goals there, we indoors, obviously we don't have discus. We'd like to hit 40 in the shot put with the 4K. And our goal in shot put by the end of the year, and I mean more like summer.
I got you.
2 meets, maybe we could be low 40s, 42 or so. Right now, she's been in the 36 to 38 range the last time we threw.
That's a good starting point. That's a real good starting point. So just keep grinding, and them numbers you probably exceed those numbers. Daddy been generous.
Yeah.
But we
It's been a
definitely,
pleasure to have you to have your entire family on the Field Events Matter platform. And we do these interviews all the time for various reasons, but they include to give you all a platform that you might not have had, to let other people know who you are, and also to give you practice for your future self. You'll be able to sit through an interview and answer questions that are fired off, because David always follows the script and reads whatever we tell you guys we're gonna ask.
and she don't
And
follow.
I don't follow the script. I just ask whatever I feel like asking. So you guys did very well with just answering those questions off, and that makes a big difference, especially in the world of NIL. Personality makes a big difference. Being able to stay attentive in the interview, how you answer, all of those things matter. And we just want to make sure that our field events children are so prepared that when they do interviews, people can, they know that something, you had some type of training. This isn't your first interview. That's our goal, on top of exposing you guys to people who may not have known how amazing you are. And the last thing is, we give you a platform to give your parents flowers that they can actually hear about now, to give them an opportunity to say, wait a minute, my girls really think that I am the bomb. We give you a space to let your mom know that, yeah, mom, we may be moving around like we don't see you, but we see what you do for us.
And we love you.
And we love you. Right. Right. So we appreciate the Haynes family for giving us this opportunity to interview you all. And when you get up on those higher levels, don't forget to circle back around and tell Field Events Matter how y'all doing, and I'm doing well.
Well, we go reach back out at the end of indoor. We go chop back up with y'all and recap and see how the season went so far. What's up, Dad?
David, I was going to tell you before you guys let us go, one more thing for any people in the business community. You mentioned NIL. If anybody's interested in any marketing opportunities, hit me up. Haynes Family Throws on Instagram, and
Put it out there.
Yeah, it's important. We didn't do a live. We haven't done a live on this. We'll probably do one later in the week. I don't know. Depends on how our schedule works. But NIL is a big deal. It's a very big deal, and it makes sense to market now. I mean, that whole waiting until you in college. Those days are over. Those days. Get your NIL now.
That's right.
Yeah. So put it in the group, and then we'll share a little bit more too, so that way people can follow you guys.
Sure. Okay. Haynes Family Throws on Instagram.
Awesome. That's a good tag too. That's a good tag.
Y'all be blessed.
Have a good night.
Yeah.